Welcome to Touch Technology Review. As you're no doubt already aware, it's been one massive month for AI in terms of the announcements and developments that we've seen in all of the major platforms. First of all, we had Chat GPT announce the new multimodal input that is now free to use for all users, including free and paid, and also the very human-like sounding voice in the chatbot, which is now integrated with the desktop and app version of Chat GPT. We had Google Gemini follow suit with some similar functionality, and also Microsoft Copilot announcing some updates to the AI. So I thought in today's video, it would be interesting to put the multimodal input to the test by uploading a couple of photos and finding out what the AI can do in terms of discerning what's in front of it when you show it an image, how fast it can respond, how intuitive the process is, and how useful the information is. I'm going to upload two images. One is the Audi TT sports car, which I used to own, and I'll also upload a photo that I've just taken with my iPhone of this Olympus OM2N film camera. It'll be interesting to know whether it can discern the exact model numbers from the images, what year these items belong to, and how much information in general it can offer. And then I'll provide a follow-up input to see if it can then elaborate on that information further. So let's go ahead and upload our first image.
This is an Audi TT, a sports car produced by the German automobile manufacturer Audi. The model in the image appears to be a second-generation Audi TT, which was produced from 2006 to 2014. The TT is known for its distinctive design, combining a sleek and sporty exterior with a luxurious and well-appointed interior. The car in the picture has a coupe body style, which is one of the two options available for the TT, the other being a convertible.
The car in the image is a black Audi TT. It is a two-door sports car that was first introduced in 1998. The Audi TT in the image appears to be a first-generation model, which was produced from 1998 to 2006.
So what have we learned from that comparison so far? I would say ChatGPT has provided a much more accurate response on both occasions. First of all, the Audi TT, ChatGPT was able to place the year that was produced, and it actually identified that it was the Mark II version of the Audi. They look quite similar, but for those that know their Audis well, it's quite obvious that this was Generation 2 and not Generation 1. Yet Google Gemini misplaced it for Gen 1. So I think that was quite a massive mistake there. Secondly, when I asked about the Olympus OM2 camera, the information that was provided in general was much more elaborate and more specific from ChatGPT compared to Google Gemini. And then when I further initiated a prompt and asked about whether the Olympus could shoot digital film, ChatGPT seemed to think about it more logically and provide an answer that a seasoned professional might give you, which is that certainly it isn't a digital camera, so by its nature won't shoot digital. However, there are certain options, including scanning of digital film and placing a digital back on the camera that could convert it into a digital camera in some way. Yet Google Gemini simply responded that it wasn't a digital camera and gave a very short answer. So much more specific information provided by ChatGPT so far.
This is an Olympus OM2N, a 35mm single-lens reflex SLR film camera. The OM2N is part of the OM series produced by Olympus. The OM2N, which was introduced in the late 1970s, is notable for its compact design, durable build, and advanced metering system for its time. It features a full aperture metering system and offers both manual and automatic exposure modes. The lens attached appears to be an Olympus Zuiko lens, which was the standard lens series for the OM cameras. This particular model is a favorite among film photography enthusiasts for its reliability and classic design. Thank you. I'm glad you found the information helpful. The Olympus OM2N is indeed a remarkable piece of photographic history. If you have any more questions about cameras, cars, or anything else, feel free to ask. The Olympus OM2N itself cannot shoot digital photos as it is a 35mm film camera designed for analog photography. However, there are a few ways you can digitize photos taken with this camera. 1. Film scanning. After developing the film, you can use a film scanner to digitize the negatives or slides. This allows you to convert your film photos into digital files. 2. Photography services. Some photography labs offer services that will both develop your film and provide you with digital copies of your photos on a CD, DVD, or through a digital download. Number 3. Hybrid photography. While the OM2N cannot be directly converted into a digital camera, some photographers use a technique where they attach a digital camera to the OM2N's viewfinder using specialized adapters. This is quite niche and more for experimental purposes rather than practical everyday use. For digital photography, you would need to use a dedicated digital camera. Olympus has a range of modern digital cameras that offer high-quality imaging and advanced features if you're interested in their products.
The camera in the image is an Olympus OM2. It is a 35mm film camera that was part of the Olympus OM system. The OM system was known for its compact, lightweight, and durable cameras and lenses. The OM2 was produced from 1973 to 2002 and was a popular choice for professional and amateur photographers alike. The text on the camera says OM2 and Olympus on the top, and Olympus OM2 on the front. The number 2818 is also visible on the front of the camera. This is likely a serial number or production code. No, the Olympus OM2 in the image cannot shoot digital photos. It's a film camera, which means it captures images on a roll of photographic film. Most cameras sold today are digital cameras. They use an electronic sensor to capture light and convert it into digital data, which is then stored on a memory card. Film cameras, on the other hand, use a light-sensitive film to capture images. The film needs to be developed in a darkroom or by a photo lab before the images can be viewed.
Now let's go ahead and try out the same images using Microsoft Copilot.
The image you've uploaded appears to be of a black Audi car, specifically a coupe model, parked on the side of a road surrounded by greenery. The car features the distinctive Audi front grille with the brand's logo. The sleek design and shiny exterior of the car are quite noticeable. It seems to be similar to the Audi TD 2.0 TFSI J 2007 model, but without more specific details, it's hard to be certain. Please note that this is an educated guess based on the image and the information available. The image you've uploaded appears to be of a vintage Olympus OM 135mm film camera. This camera is known for its classic design, featuring manual controls for focus, aperture, and shutter speed. It represents the era of analog photography, which requires skill in manual settings and film development, contrasting with today's digital cameras that often automate these processes. Yes, the Olympus OM1 can indeed shoot digital. The original Olympus OM1 was a film camera, but the model number has been revived for a digital mirrorless camera. The digital OM1 features a 20.4 MP micro 4/3 stacked CMOS sensor with 5-axis in-body image stabilization. It is capable of capturing 4K video at 60 frames per second, and it also supports H.264, 8-bit, H.265, 10-bit, and multi-frame rate recording. The OM1 can output RAW video at up to 12-bit 4:4:4 to external devices, and there's full HD at 240 frames per second for slow-motion video.
So how did Microsoft Copilot fare against Chat GPT? Well, the first question was quite accurate. It informed me that the Audi was indeed the Generation 2 model of that car that commenced production in 2007. It wasn't able to determine it was the exact 2012 model because visually they do look quite similar, but it got much closer than Google Gemini. In terms of the second image that I uploaded, the Olympus, in this case, Microsoft Copilot mistook it for the Olympus OM1, which looks very similar to the OM2 granted. However, it's quite surprising it made this mistake because the markings on the camera itself, the front of the camera, do tell you that it's an OM2. So if it had further intelligence rather than some kind of image match system, it should have been able to put all that information together and provided the correct model number of that camera. So what have we learned from today's demonstration? Well, clearly ChatGPT is still on top in terms of its overall performance. It provided greater accuracy with the answers on all occasions. It was fast and intuitive and easy to use. And also, I was really impressed with the nuance and the breakdown of the follow-up question with regards to that film camera. It felt as though you were talking to an industry professional that really knew the topic of film cameras and digital and provided some options to that specific question that were omitted by both Google's Gemini and Microsoft Copilot, which kind of provided very simplistic answers that didn't quite satisfy the inquiry. So Chat GPT, a winner there. The other thing is that the actual chatbot itself was clearly more organic and realistic. It just felt as though a human being was reading out that information to you, compared to the other two platforms, which still have a chatbot sound that is reminiscent of something that came out 2 years ago. It's as though it's just being read out on screen word for word without a lot of emotion or expression. So ChatGPT, a clear winner in today's demonstration. If you have any comments or questions, if you've managed to have a look at the platforms yourself and have any input that you'd like to contribute to the channel viewers, put those comments in the comments box below. If you enjoyed this video, hit me up with a like and consider subscribing to the channel. See you on the next one. Bye for now.